If you hate working out or you sometimes honestly struggle to get yourself to do it, this is the episode for you. Welcome back to the Begin Within Health Show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for helping to keep this podcast in the top 5% of all podcasts on planet Earth. You can help me to do that if you haven't done so already, just by going over to make sure that you're subscribed or following the show. And even more importantly than that, make sure that you rate and review the show in your podcast player. It helps so much to improve those rankings and help others to find this show so that they can continue to move forward with their health and fitness journey. Now, like I mentioned, we're talking about those who hate to work out. And I'll be honest, I put myself in that category, but I'm going to share with you today something that I have found that absolutely helps me to get moving regularly. And now I've been working out for years and helping others to do so. But if you've ever said that, I just hate working out, I don't have time, I don't know what to do, I just don't like it, I don't like anything about it, I don't like the idea of working out, I want you to know this. You are not alone. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're normal. You are absolutely, completely normal. But the problem is this: if you believe that you hate working out, you're probably going to avoid it, probably going to ignore it. You're probably going to live your life in a way that is ignoring working out until you get that feeling or the doctor says, yeah, you know, and all of a sudden you have to make a big shift and start doing the thing that you've been avoiding, you've been ignoring, and you've been hating all along. So if we've got to do it anyway, how about if we have this conversation and see if we can make some traction, some forward momentum? Because if we don't, I believe it's going to get even harder, more uncomfortable, and less enjoyable as we move forward, unless we're doing something to address it. So today, our goal is huge. We want to flip the script from I hate working out to I'm doing it. I'm moving forward. I'm taking action. And make sure that you stick with me to the end because I want to share one shift with you that makes exercise feel dramatically more doable. Even if you have hated exercise your entire life, ever since back in grade school, physical education, phy ed, gym class, whatever you called it, maybe you just dreaded it. Or maybe you liked it, and then later, as you got older, you started to hate the idea of exercise. We're going to work on flipping that script today. Now, as we move forward, I want to remind you, as I've been trying so hard to do here on the podcast, that we're going to talk about some very specific tactics that I have found work for me and those that I'm training and coaching on a regular basis. But please don't forget that health is nuanced, it is personal. This is a lifelong process for all of us. We are all a work in progress. And so today we're just talking about one small piece of a much bigger journey. So let's take that into consideration and use it how we can to continue to improve. Let's dive in and talk first about why we hate working out in the first place and why hating to work out actually makes some sense. And let's start here. Most people who say they hate working out don't hate moving. They hate their experience with exercise. They hate their experience with working out. Maybe it's intense programs that have left you sore for days after you get started. Maybe it's gym environments that feel intimidating with lots of people there that you feel like look a lot different than you and don't treat you so well. Maybe it is that the process feels like punishment rather than positive progress. If those or some aspects of those are influencing your feelings toward working out, well, then of course your brain is going to say, let's not do that thing ever again. And that's the way our brains work. In which case, you don't have a motivation problem. It's a feedback problem with the brain. Your brain's wired to avoid things that feel bad and repeat things that feel good. That's great. That's the way it works very basically, right? So if your only experience with working out is painful, it's pressure filled, it feels embarrassing and awkward or really boring hours spent on a treadmill, then your brain is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing in encouraging you to avoid exercise. You are once again completely normal. There's nothing wrong with your brain. There's nothing wrong with you if this has been your experience with working out and you end up hating it. So let's talk about the next logical step here. And that is beginning to redefine what working out means. Or rather than saying working out, if that word just is like, keep me away, find a different word. Exercise, intentionally move, celebrate my body, whatever it is, okay? Find a different way to name it. But even more than that, we're going to find a different way to define it in order to start to create a shift. So, what if the issue isn't that you hate working out, but that the definition of working out is too narrow? When what I mean by that is when most people think about a workout, certain things come to mind. And it could be the amount of time that they have to spend doing it. Oh, that's a whole hour. Or it might be a location that comes to mind when they think about working out. Oh, I gotta go to the gym. Or it might be an uncomfortable physical experience that happens. Oh, when I work out, I have to get all sweaty and dirty. Or it might be giving up freedoms that come to mind when we think about working out. It's just such a structured routine. I start my day so busy. If I work out first, if I just can't fit it in my day, and if I try to, it just feels like it's just all crammed in and things just don't give me any room to breathe. Or it might be it's just such a high intensity, high octane, you know, intense experience that I have to get so ramped up in order to do a workout that I don't feel like I have the energy, the focus, the emotional energy to do it consistently, right? And that's all about what we hear behind the word workout, whatever that definition is so far in your experience with it. But moving doesn't have to look like any of that. I intentionally picked things and listed those out because those are all things that do not have to be necessarily part of working out, part of a good, healthy movement session. Working out can be taking a 10-minute walk after dinner. It can be playing with your kids. It can be stretching while you're watching TV. It can be doing um, body weight circuits at home with very minimal equipment all by yourself. So when we start to expand our definition something really interesting happens. It starts to feel less intimidating, less uncomfortable, especially when we address the aspects of it that have been uncomfortable for us and find a way to do it differently. It feels less intimidating. It starts to feel more accessible. It starts to feel doable. And that is where consistency starts to come from. So I want to encourage you, think about your definition of working out. If you're someone who's like, I hate working out, what does working out mean to you? Because I believe there is a way for you to not have to encounter the things that you view as negative in order for you to work out and still get what you want from some good, healthy movement. And this connects to something that we have talked about many, many times on the podcast, and that is the idea that our identity drives behavior. Your identity drives your behaviors. My identity drives my behaviors. And that is not lost on me that I am a personal trainer and I have been for many years. And I have a health podcast where I help people to work out regularly, even if they don't enjoy it, right? That's part of my identity. So guess what? I realize that helps me to work out consistently, just that identity, right? But you don't need a health podcast. You don't have to be a personal trainer in order to exercise consistently. However, if you do believe, I'm someone who hates working out. I just hate working out. That's just me. I've never enjoyed it. Then guess what? You're going to hate working out. Every action you take that aligns with that belief feels natural. Doing something in order to work out, exercise, dumbbells, gym membership, whatever it is, doing something like that is kind of against the current of your identity. And so it will feel uncomfortable. So we have to begin, if we're going to be successful at this long term and consistently, we have to begin to take a look at how we see ourselves. Be willing to adapt, be willing to shift, be willing to let your identity evolve along the way. So instead of saying, I hate working out, that's just the way I am, that's the way I always have been, what if instead of that, you started to say something like this: I'm becoming someone who moves my body regularly. Becoming someone who moves my body regularly, or something like that, something that feels natural to you. Notice that it doesn't require that I am converted over. I'm a gym rat now. I love working out. Can't get me to leave the gym. I want to stay there all day. It doesn't require that now you love working out. But it requires you to start showing up differently. Because the goal isn't to become someone who loves working out overnight. The goal is to become someone who doesn't avoid it just because it's not all that exciting, or just because I've had intimidating experiences with it in the past, or just because I don't like getting all sweaty and having to shower before I go home at the end of the night, or whatever it is, right? We're not someone anymore who skips it because of whatever that negative perception is that we have about working out. We're becoming someone different. Now, I hear what you're saying. You're like, but it's just moving my body regularly enough, right? That's where most people go wrong. They think if it doesn't feel hard, if it doesn't feel super uncomfortable, super intense, super sweaty, whatever, then it doesn't count. It's not going to get the job done. And that is a mindset that kills consistency. Here's what I want you to do instead. I want you to start thinking about lowering the bar on purpose. Lower the threshold of what you think a workout needs to be in order to get the results that you want to get. Instead, focus on the idea of consistency. Consistency is more important than intensity. Intensity, we can always dial up a little at a time, and you're going to find actually you're able to, once you build a habit, once you build the consistency, dial up that intensity relatively easily. That's where we're headed. That's what everybody knows. That's fine. That happens almost by itself once you start with the consistency. Once you get yourself there enough to feel more comfortable about dialing up that intensity. So ask yourself a question like this. What's the easiest version of movement I wouldn't try to avoid? It might be just a few minutes. It might be 10 body weight squats. It might be 10 push-ups. It might be 5 minutes of walking on a treadmill or 5 minutes of walking around your basement. It might be just the walk to the mailbox and back intentionally. It might be parking at the back of the parking lot and walking into work or into the store that you're shopping at from the back of the lot on purpose. Here's the key. Don't use one workout to try to get fit. I want to say that again, maybe a little bit differently. Don't approach every single workout as though that's the workout that is going to change everything. That's the workout that's going to get you ripped, make you thinner, help you burn all the body fat, whatever your goals happen to be. Don't hit your workouts as though today is the day. I'm going to make this happen. And when you show up again tomorrow, tomorrow's the day. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to work so hard. I'm going to burn so many calories. Don't. Instead, realize that you're just trying to build the habit of showing up. Just focus on building the habit of showing up. Like I said, the intensity comes later. The snowball rolls a lot faster than you think, but it doesn't ever get rolling if you don't show up. Okay? Once you show up consistently, you can always build from there. And before I wrap up, just one more real talk piece here to keep in mind. You may never wake up thinking, I just can't wait to work out today. Oh, I can't wait to get in there. Can't wait to get those dumbbells pumping, swing that kettlebell. Can't wait to hit the treadmill. You might never wake up thinking that. Personally, I never wake up thinking that. Never. I promise you. Never like, oh, I can't wait to hit that workout today. And that might be you too. You might never think that. And that is totally okay. There are plenty of things in life that we do, not because we just absolutely love that activity, that process, but because we love something that it does for us, right? We don't love the action, but we love the outcome. And with working out, I'm talking about things like more energy, better mood, less stress, and knowing that we're doing the right thing. We're taking good care of ourselves by doing it. It's a great step toward long-term health and self-care to build this habit of showing up consistently. You do not need to love the process every single day in order to do it. You just need to respect what it provides you, the opportunities that are open to you as you take this step. Does that make sense? Now, earlier I told you that I was going to share with you one shift that can make working out feel more doable, even if you've always hated it. And I think that's where it all comes together. I'm going to share that with you in just a minute. But before I do, if you are someone who has struggled to stay consistent, and when it comes to working out, oh, I want to be stronger. I know I should be working out. I want to work out regularly, but it's just been a struggle for you. I want you to join my 7-day program. It is absolutely free, no credit card required. Go to beginwithin.fit/7day. You're going to get access to a week-long course on nutrition. You're also going to get access to working out at home with a personal trainer who's going to connect with you on Zoom. It's all the support that we give to all of our clients. 7 days for you. If you keep working with us after, awesome. If you decide 7 days is great, I got what I need, I'm good to go, that's fine too. I want to help you out. Go to beginwithin.fit/7day and you can learn more there. Now, that one shift I mentioned, here it is. Stop asking, do I feel like working out? Do I want to work out today? Stop thinking about that. Stop focusing on it. Stop asking yourself that. Start asking this question instead. What's the smallest version of this I'm willing to do today? Ask that question and then do that, the smallest version that you are already willing and able to do today. Because motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Sometimes we feel like doing more. Sometimes we feel like doing less. Don't worry about it. Just take consistent action. Choose the smallest doable version. It builds momentum. I promise you. I have seen it work over and over again. Just do the smallest version of it. Put your gym shoes on. Get into your workout space. Pick the dumbbells up. Stand on the treadmill. Do the smallest version of it today. And if that's all you do and then you just get on with your day, consider it a victory. Please. But then do it again tomorrow. You're going to find the day will come that you're going to push a little bit past that smallest version. The day will come when you feel like you can do more, and then you will do it. Be confident that that day will come. Momentum turns into identity. Identity turns into consistency. You may not love it at first, but one day you're going to look back and realize that you are someone who moves regularly. And I call that a workout. You don't have to love it. Just do it. Do it consistently. Remember, your health is personal. I'm not here to tell you that what works for me or for the clients I work with, that it's for sure going to work for you. It is personal, but please take a moment to think about your health right now, where it's at, and take some action. Take the smallest step forward. And as you continue to do that, notice what's working, stick with what works for you, make adjustments as needed. Please keep taking good care of yourself.